Good morning. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Tuesday, November 5th, and I'm here to look at the new releases that have been published this week. We look at them genre by genre each day, Monday through Friday. On Tuesdays, we look at mysteries and thrillers. We look at the darker side of crime fiction. If there's time, we might look at some more cozy mysteries from yesterday, but we shall see. Hope you had a good Monday. Quick announcements. I do have sprints tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. They go for 2.5 hours. Bring your own book. You can work on a project or just close your eyes after a day. That is time for you carved out for self care. So I just create the time and space. All right, let's jump into mysteries and thrillers. Philip Margolin has a new one. An Insignificant Case. He writes standalone legal thrillers. Charlie Webb is a third-rate lawyer who graduated from a third-rate law school and because he couldn't get hired by any of the major law firms, has opened his own firm where he gets by handling cases for dubious associates from his youth and some court-appointed cases. Described as a leaky boat floating down the stream of life, Charlie has led an unremarkable life personally and professionally, until he's appointed to be the attorney for a decidedly crackpot artist who calls himself Guido Sabatini, born Lawrence Weiss. Sabatini has been arrested again for breaking into a restaurant and stealing back a painting he sold them because he was insulted by where it was displayed. But as Lawrence Weiss, he's also an accomplished card shark and burglar, and while he was there, he stole a thumb drive from the owner's safe. Not knowing what else Sabatini has stolen, Webb negotiates the return of the painting and other items for the owner, dropping charges against Sabatini. But the contents of the flash drive threatens very powerful figures who are determined to retrieve it. The restaurant owner, Gretchen Hall, and her driver, Yuri Makarov, are being investigated for the sex trafficking of minors, and there are others who have a violent grudge against Sabatini. When a minor theft case becomes a double homicide and even more, Charlie Webb, an insignificant lawyer assigned to an insignificant case, is faced with the most important and deadliest case of his life. So, if you're in the mood for a legal, good morning, Kim. How are you doing? Double Barrel Bluff by Lou Berney. He's an Edgar Award nominated author. During his years as a wheelman for the Armenian mob in Las Vegas, Sheikh Bouchon didn't think of himself as the settling down type. But now he's happily married to Gina, the love of his life, and former adversary in Indiana of all places. The great thing about Bloomington for two people with exceptionally checkered pasts is that everyone is nice and no one knows them. Until the day a brutal Armenian thug who has always hated Sheikh shows up in his backyard. He demands that Sheikh help him find the missing mob boss, the Pakan, the dangerous and beautiful Alexandra Lexi Ilandrian, who also happens to be Sheikh's ex-girlfriend. Sheikh's got a lot of history with Lexi, so he reluctantly agrees to travel to Siem Reap, Cambodia, where she was last seen. Once there, he finds himself in a predatory underworld of Cambodian gangsters, mob politics, and opportunistic expats, where the stakes aren't clear and everyone is looking to gain. With only the help of a clairvoyant hippie and the Armenian thug, Sheikh becomes involved in a high stakes negotiation for Lexi that might cost him his own life. But perhaps most threatening of all is Gina's wrath when she arrives in Cambodia intent on saving Sheikh from himself and from all the people trying to kill him. Tired. Me too. I can't seem to fall asleep these days. Good morning, Mary. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you. Kill Yours, Kill Mine by Catherine Kovacic. It says it's a love letter to Hitchcock and Highsmith, which means they've stolen it. Mia's grief counseling practice, the Pleiades, is named for the seven sisters from Greek mythology who were the companions of the goddess of the hunt and who, in some stories, die of grief or are killed to be saved from attackers. Mia has been gathering broken women together for a radical form of group therapy. Amy, Gabrielle, Katie, Brooke, Olivia. Five women crippled with grief by the murders of their sisters and seething with rage that the partners who killed them all walk free. She just needs one more. When Mia meets Naomi, she knows she has found the perfect candidate, but Naomi is resistant. She only needs to meet the others before she realizes that they too are consumed with desire for hands on revenge. Under Mia's guidance, the women devise a plan to heal themselves. They'll take back their lives from the men who took their sisters. The premise is satisfying simple. I'll kill yours if you kill mine. Interesting twist on the crisscross. And Kim says hi to Mary. Murder Town by Shelley Burr. How well do you know your neighbors? Gemma Guillory has lived in the Australian outback enclave of Rainier her entire life. She knows the tiny red dust town's ins and outs by heart, knows the people like they are her family, their quirks as if they were her own. She also knows her once charming town is now remembered for one reason and one reason only. Three innocent people died there at the hands of a serial killer. The last stop on the Rainer Ripper's trail of deaths 15 years ago was her picturesque little tea shop. She knows that the consequences of catching the Ripper still haunt her policeman husband and their marriage to this day. And some of her neighbors are desperate enough to welcome a dark tourism company keen to cash in on Rainer's notoriety as the murder town. When the tour guide is killed by a Ripper copycat on Gemma's doorstep, the unease that has lurked quietly in the original killer's wake explodes into the light, and Gemma is drawn into the investigation. Unbeknownst to her, so is a prisoner named Lane Holland, a former private investigator who earned a living cracking cold cases before he ran afoul of the law. Gemma knows her town. She knows her people, doesn't she? End of row one. The Lake of Lost Girls. Very enjoyed. Oh yes, a nice birthday luncheon yesterday. It was at the Mexican. Yes, we ate a Mexican restaurant that had an incredible menu, and everything we had was absolutely delicious. What was your favorite? English muffins and cantaloupe and cottage cheese for breakfast. Tasty. Oh, Kim, tired of allergies and nose bleeding. No kidding. Oof. Yeah, I take allergy medicine every day. Never had them growing up. Started showing up in my 40s. The Lake of Lost Girls by Catherine Green. It's 1998, and female students are going missing at Southern State University in North Carolina, but freshman Jessica Fadley, once a bright and responsible student, is going through her own struggles. Just as her life seems to be careening dangerously out of control, she suddenly disappears. 24 years later, Jessica's sister Lindsay is desperately searching for answers and uses the momentum of a new chart topping true crime podcast that focuses on cold cases to guide her investigation. Soon, interest reaches fever pitch when the bodies of the long missing women begin turning up at a local lake, which leads Lindsay down a disturbing road of discovery. In the present, one sister searches to untangle a complicated web of lies. In the past, the other descends ever deeper into a darkness that will lead to her ultimate fate. The propulsive and chilling suspense is a sharp examination of sisterhood and the culture of true crime. Ah, my day to volunteer at the library again. They have increased the hours of the bookstore, so I have more hours. Happy about that. Nice. I would always be tempted to free some books, take them home with me, give them a good home. You Can't Hurt Me by Emma Cook. Meet Eva, who can't feel pain, and Anna, who can't escape it. There's a slug line for you. Everyone has heard about the case of Eva Reed. Ever since she was born, she's felt no pain. She can get a paper cut, break a limb, and even give birth without feeling a single thing. That is an actual condition. Her story has long captivated the minds of reporters and researchers, including Dr. Nate Reed, Eva's husband, an acclaimed scientist renowned for his work in the pain laboratory. Also, that doesn't sound good. Also among them is Anna Tate, a ruthless journalist with a dark past of her own. When Eva is suddenly found dead inside her home, it raises a flurry of questions about the last night of her life and who might have been involved. Anna finds herself growing increasingly obsessed with Eva's case, her protected, painless existence, her promising career as a psychotherapist, and especially her toxic relationship with the alluring Dr. Reed, whom Eva met and married as his former patient. But what other secrets could they be hiding? When Dr. Reed embarks on the process of writing a book about Eva, an opportunity arises for Anna to work on it alongside him. As she slowly inserts herself into their home to uncover what's fact and what's fiction, shocking discoveries await her, and not everyone may come out unscathed. That sounds healthy. Sorry to hear about that. Allergies seem very high right now. Cutting soybeans here, so all kinds of things in the air. Ah, soybeans down there. We are in sugar beet season up here. The Coldest Case by Tessa Wiegert, sixth in the Shanna Merchant series. It's February in the Thousand Islands, and cut off from civilization by endless ice, 8 people are overwintering on tiny, remote running pine. 6 year-rounders, used to the hard work, isolation, and freezing temperatures, and 2 newcomers, social media stars Carrie and Sylvie, whose account documenting their year on the island is garnering thousands of followers and thousands of dollars worth of luxury gifts. The long term islanders will tell you running pine can be perilous, especially for city slickers who'll do anything to get the perfect shot. So when Carrie doesn't return from ice fishing one morning, his neighbors fear the worst. With the clock ticking to find the missing influencer, a police team is dispatched to take the dangerous journey to the island. But Sylvie, his frantic partner, will only talk to one person, newlywed senior investigator Shanna Merchant. Where is Carrie, and what is it that Sylvie's not sharing? With aspects of the case reminding Shanna of an unsolved homicide from a past that haunts her still, she risks her own safety to help. But little does she know that a storm is coming, and if she doesn't solve both crimes soon, she may become the island's next victim. Dot 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 dot. The Loose End by A.J. Cross, first in the Tegan Craft Forensic Mysteries. Introducing Professor Tegan Craft, a neurodiverse forensic psychologist getting into the minds of Birmingham's most twisted killers. No one has seen reclusive Emma Matheson for years, but when her mummified remains are found in the cellar of a property in Birmingham during a renovation, the chilling discovery raises more questions than answers. Forensic psychologist Professor Tegan Tig Craft from Central University is called in to assist DCI Steve Thompson's team with the investigation, and her shrewd observations on her first police case quickly profile a ruthlessly efficient killer. So ruthless have they struck more than once? As Tegan uncovers a number of cold murder cases, involving young women linked by geography and time to Emma's terrible fate, Thompson is unconvinced by her theories and unconventional style. Can they learn to work together to catch a serial killer before another tragedy strikes? Maybe. End of row 2. Pollen, we need rain, says Kim. Kim says, "Give me a cozy." Mary, we have we have any rain over a month. We haven't had any. Probably longer than that. High alert for possible fires. Oh, I believe it. Whispers of the Dead by Lynn Anderson, 18th. in the Ronna McCloud series. A gangland slaying, a missing movie star. When an actor goes missing in Glasgow, the clue to his whereabouts could be in the film script itself. In the dead of night, a man's body is found strapped to a chair in Glasgow's Elder Park, his identity unknown. As forensic scientist Ronna McCloud examines the scene, the violence on display suggests a gangland feud could be the cause. At the post-mortem, a bullet engraved with a snake's head is found in the man's stomach, lending weight to the theory. Elsewhere in the city, a major Hollywood movie is being filmed, but shooting comes to a standstill when its lead actor is reported missing. As the news spreads, Police Scotland believe the two cases may be connected. DS Michael McNabb thinks the key to finding those responsible could be the film itself. A storyline playing out in real life on the streets of Glasgow with a killer intent on revenge at any cost. A vendetta which must be paid in blood. This says the series can be enjoyed in any order. This next one is a historical. If I remember, yes, a Judge D. The Conspiracies of the Empire by Qiu Zhaolong. In Tang Dynasty China, Empress Wu, seductive, ambitious, and vindictive, rules with an iron fist. Her premier minister, Judge D. Renji, is honored to be trusted by her, but when she orders him to carry out an urgent investigation into the disappearance of disgraced poet Luo Bingwang, he can't see why the matter is of such vital importance. Lao Bingwang joined a doomed uprising against Her Majesty and vanished after the final bloody battle. Is he missing or dead? Either way, now that the rebellion has been mercilessly quashed, I love that word, quashed, what harm could a poor elderly poet do? Traveling out of the great capital of Chang'an, accompanied by his loyal manservant Yang, Judge D launches a painstaking investigation in the hopes of achieving what the Empress' secret police could not. But the journey is marred by ill omens, with death and disaster following his every step. Judge D soon begins to wonder if the Empress trusted him as much as he thought. Sorry, my nose had a tickle. And that's the end of what we have today for the darker side. We're zipping right along this morning. Indeed. Let's go back to some cozies. We'll end on some fluffies. And we were at the Scottish one. Maybe we can get a couple more in. The Usual Witch Specs, 25th in The Wicked Witches of the Midwest by Amanda M. Lee. Bay Winchester thought having a stalker was the worst thing she had going on in her life. Turns out she was wrong. When her stalker turns up dead in a ditch following another family assault on Margaret Little, send in the clowns. Bay finds herself in trouble. Big, big trouble. Seems the former warden for an area prison has been murdered, and Bay is the chief suspect. Since they're too close to her to be objective, Chief Terry and Bay's husband Landon have to step back and let another team take over investigation. That means things are about to get ugly. This isn't just any investigation. This is an FBI investigation. Alarmingly, Bay isn't the only one on the hook. The team is looking hard at Landon, too. Bay wants to figure out who the killer is, but her every move is being watched. Since Aunt Tilly's latest payback scheme involves an army of clown dolls that have accidentally gained sentience, Bay is even worse off than she originally believed. Bay may not have liked the warden, but she feels bad about his death, and not just because it's sending shockwaves through the small community of Hemlock Cove. She knows if she doesn't find the culprit, she'll be on the hook for a murder she didn't commit. It also means she could lose everything. It's all witches present for another Winchester adventure. Just how are they going to get out of this one? 25 books in that series. Good for that author. And it was more than 100 pages. Good for that author. The Notorious Nutcracker Case by Nancy Pennick, third in the Pearl Hotel Cozy series. Note at the bottom says this can be read as a standalone book. It's time for, I do like that cover. It's time for the first Christmas market at the Pearl Hotel, but when the festivities take a sinister turn, best-selling author and amateur sleuth Serena Tate must help find the assailant before they strike again. When Serena Tate's twin daughters propose a unique holiday venture to Nina Takeda, the owner of the Pearl Hotel, Serena is reluctant to give her approval. Her friends, Mia and Lily, support the girls' plan, so Serena changes her opinion, and the merry and bright Christmas market is underway. As the festive season kicks into high gear, the hotel is alive with holiday cheer until a nutcracker mysteriously appears. Is it a harmless prank or something more sinister? Serena and her friends are on a mission to uncover the truth. Killer Fruitcake by Amelia Pine, second in the Sea Glass Beach Mysteries. In the picturesque seaside town of Sea Glass Beach, California, Paige Andrews is embracing her new life with her rescue beagle and I love beagles and a charming and possibly haunted hat shop. Just as she begins to settle in, tragedy strikes at a dog surfing fundraiser. A multimillionaire known as the Avocado King is found dead. As rumors swirl and secrets unravel, Paige and the Beachside Dining Club can't stand idly by. She and her crew must navigate a tide of deceit to uncover a killer, or risk losing everything she holds dear. Will friendship be enough to solve the mystery before the waves of suspicion pull them under? Bonus recipes included, and I really hate that cover. She looks like she's 12 years old. And I don't think she's 12. She's a business owner, right? All right. Everybody remember where we parked? We ended on the child sleuth. Tomorrow we'll be looking at romance, being Wednesday. Again, tonight I do have sprints at 8 p.m. Eastern. Kim is going back to sleep. Have a great day. She's probably already asleep. Have a good day, Kim. Mary, how are you doing at work without your shivers man? No, it isn't easy. Good luck finding a new person this time. The right one. Ugh, fingers crossed. We're getting through day by day. Thank you. Mary says, bye, Kim. Hope you feel better soon. Hi, Elena. Good morning. I was just about to ask. Glad to hear you're doing great. Mary says, hi to Elena. And just finished my 3 books yesterday. Good job. And Mary says, wow, that is great and very impressive indeed. Mary says, thanks, won't be. Oh, that's right. All righty. Well, everybody, please have a very good day. Be safe. Read good books. You're in my heart. And as the banner says, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day. God bless.